What if someone could steal from you without touching a single thing that you own? And the truth is that theft doesn't always happen in your home or online or even in your wallet. Sometimes it happens somewhere less obvious, but very close to where you are. I think it happens in our mind. And I think about it this way. We lock our homes, we hide our valuables, we put cameras on our doorbells, safes in our closets, we have encrypted passwords on every single device. But have you ever considered the loss of where you keep your most precious desires? I think fear and doubt can quietly sabotage purpose. I think envy can rob us blind before you even step outside. And why? Why does this have to happen? Well, the bottom line is we know that the world has thieves, but how often do we protect the things that dwell within? Our thoughts and our imagination, the ideas that shape who we desire to become. So check this out. I found this in Matthew, and it said, "Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. And wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will be." So that's Matthew 6:20 and 21. And when I first read that, I immediately focused on that phrase, desires of your heart, because my mother would always say that to me when I was a kid. Well, we all have them, desires. We imagine the win. We dream of growth and purpose and of life that finally fills the void. But here's the mistake I think we make. I think too often we leave the door unlocked and we invite the unwanted in without a consideration for our best interest. And that's when those treasures become vulnerable. Like when fear whispers you're not ready, or doubt suggests that you're not worthy. And sometimes the loudest thieves aren't strangers or abstract words. They're just the people who you surround yourself with. Those passive-aggressive folks who say things like, "I'm just trying to be honest with you," or "I'm just considering what's best for you." When really they're planting doubt in the one place where your vision and your potential live. I truly believe that if you don't guard your imagination, then someone else can occupy it. And for me, when it talks about heaven, heaven would be that space where we hang out with God. That's the vault. If you want to protect what's yours, you've got to update the security system. And here's what I try to do when I'm feeling most vulnerable or most at risk. The first thing is I begin my journey every morning with what I call my MAP: meditation, affirmation, and prayer. This is where I get focused. I spend time with God, and I start thinking about what I want to do to become the man that I intend to be. And then I try to shut the door and lock it all in. Now, I'm not always great at that, but I'm really trying. And I do know this: not everything imagined needs to be posted or spoken about or shared. Always consider what's at risk before you do those things. And then finally, you got to get in state. You got to find that balance between confidence and humility. And there's a reason why we don't leave packages on the front porch. It's not because you're trying to be secretive. It's because you're being private with what you intend to align with within. Not everything God shows you needs to be distributed. But everything he plants in you needs to be protected, stored in the vault, locked up with faith. And watch what happens when the thieves realize that they can't get in. Because once you learn how to guard that space, you start pursuing life very differently. I'm ArnieCAP. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing.